Well, and they were using a type of MRI called diffusion tensor imaging.
That's it.
And it shows you, molecular tract damage. And we're actually using that a lot now in personal injury cases, people that have been, rear-ended by cars or hit by 18-wheelers that have, traumatic brain injury. But that's one of the things we're looking at possibly doing with the targeted individual population is doing a study where we basically mimic the same exams and everything that the Defense Health Agency did, including the diffusion tensor imaging. Because, we really kind of need to tag along with the research that's being done on the Havana Syndrome victims. The problem, though, is that, the intelligence community keeps still trying to write off even their own employees.
Yeah.
The Canadian victims are suing the Canadian government, for basically, not taking it seriously. And you're right, Biden did pass the Havana Syndrome Act, which, allowed basically an individual from the Defense Health Agency to send me their workup and their recommendations to military facilities of how to work up a Havana Syndrome case.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty thick packet, and it goes through all the, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And the one interesting thing I can tell you is I went through that entire packet. The one thing they don't do with any of the Havana Syndrome victims is look for an implant. And they clearly mention that, in the instructions on how to work up a Havana Syndrome patient, they clearly mention that, if they've been around any microwave energy weapons or, that if they mention microwave energy effect, that, to take it seriously and to examine these people. But not once in that packet do they have any type of scanning or radio frequency scanning or anything that is there to pick up an implant, which tells me they know damn well it's not being done that way.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be pretty indicative at that point. To not include that. Now let's get into that real quick as far as technology, things like that go, Doctor. Because of course people hear implant and the first thing they think is like, oh, well, I would have had to have undergone some kind of medical procedure. That's something that's going to be pretty large, right? That's what most people would think.